unicycle or some shit like that. All right, so that was that, and I'm having these feelings, and I think at the time I villainized her a lot for this, but I think I probably would have had the same reaction to her now that I did then, that she did to me then. One night I sat her down and I was like, look, and I was like crumbling before her. Like I was like shaking. I was like all depressed. I was fucked up back then, unlike now. And I said, this is how I'm feeling. I wasn't like, this is related to getting married or this is because of you. It was straight up like, I'm depressed. You know, I feel like a failure. I'm working a job I hate. I have no prospects. All this shit. And the only reason I kept working the job is because I was getting married. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to fucking support a family, kids, another thing I don't want. Like, and I got to pay for that shit too. So I told her all this and she didn't react that great. She's like, I'm going out with my friends. And we were in our apartment at the time. We just the week before moved into this apartment.
So you that's not the response you were hoping to get. You wanted support in your...
A little bit of support, what I thought would have been nice, but there was none. Right. And in fact, I remember she was like, I said, look, maybe I got to go into therapy or something like that. And she was like, 6 months before my wedding, my fiance's telling me he needs to go into therapy. How's that supposed to make me feel? And I was like, oh, this one is wrong as it could have gone. What do you mean, how does it make you feel? It's not about you, but you know what I mean? I didn't even know to articulate that at the time. So
maybe it's a feeling of like, I don't make him happy. He's miserable.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to villainize her.
Right.
Like,
I think that may be like a defensive thing of like, wow, you're this miserable. Like, we're getting married. You should be happy. Right. Why are you not like? Why aren't you walking on a little, like an inch above the ground?
Sure, and she would be right to feel that way. I think.
Now give me $4. I want to fill up my man's gas tank.
So she went out with her friends, and I was left in the apartment, and I was sitting there, and I was like. Now, I mean, I thought I had hit rock bottom. Like, she handed me a jackhammer and was like, no, keep going. I'm going to go out with my friends. So she went out with her friends, and I was just sitting there for about 2 hours, and the phone rang. I pick it up, and it's her, and I was like, I
don't think I've ever heard this story. You told this story?
I told this on stage, yeah.
On stage? Was I there?
You were there. It was the mashup we did in Ohio. Me, you, Mosher, and
it wasn't in depth,
Kevin.
where is it?
It was pretty in depth, I thought.
I thought so too. Well, you thanked Moj and I for
yes.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry
for keeping you
right.
fucking off the ledge.
No,
I don't recall. Did we ever play this show for people then? The mashup?
Maybe not. It doesn't matter. It's a fascinating story. I'm sure.
Great. This is like this should be a movie, Lifetime.
Sure.
Or True. If they want to do it.
Starring Les Gold.
Is he Q or Scooter Guy? He's
a Scooter Guy. Boy.
He scooted into her life.
Yeah.
Go ahead, though. So she calls you. What happens?
A Bermudian cruise.
I'm on the edge of. I'm not kidding. I am. I really. I don't know this story.
So she calls me and goes, and I'm like, "This is it." Like,
she's gonna give me what I'm looking for.
She goes, could you do me a favor? I have to get up early tomorrow. Could you go to the store and get me some bagels so I have something to eat for breakfast tomorrow?
It's like 1:30 in the morning.
It's 1:30 in the morning. And I hear all her friends fucking partying in the background. There's like music playing. They're in a bar somewhere on Staten Island. And she asked me to go and get her bagels. And
here's some motor revving in the background.
What do you do?
I was like, well, I don't remember. I don't remember what I said to her. I know I didn't get the bagels, but I wasn't like, fuck you or anything like that. Whatever I said, like, I'm not
feeling. Where are you going to find bagels at 1:30 in the morning?
Oh, it's New York. There's bagels all the time.
Staten Island.
Yeah. It's the bagel capital of the world. So she comes home right around 2, and we get into bed and we go to sleep. And I'm lying in bed and I'm like, now I'm getting angry. Now there's like a fire in me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I was like, whatever her reaction is, why are you calling me, asking me to get you bagels? like it was fucking bagels. I was like, that's so fucked up. So I got up out of bed and I'm looking around the apartment that I basically just moved into. And I'm seeing, I didn't have a ton of possessions there, but I had one statue of the Joker.
It was the skull?
No, it was a bust of him holding a balloon in
Batman's head. I remember that one. That's a great statue.
Yeah, I still have it somewhere. It's in my attic. So he's got the pin in one hand, right? And I look at that, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, this is all I need, and I'm out of here. So at 2:30 in the morning, I took the Joker statue, And I walked out, and the next day she called me. She was like, "Hey, you didn't tell me you were leaving last night." And I was like, I just unloaded. I was like, "Are you fucking insane?" I was like, "Who does that to someone?" Like, I was like, I said, we got to reevaluate this. And that was it. I only saw her 3 times after that night.
So what? So wait a minute. You said it was over.
Over.
The wedding was over. What was her reaction?
She was stunned. She was stunned. She was blown away by it. And then I think like 2 days later, like she was like, she didn't like. I called her to talk to her about it, and she was like, "Nah, I don't want to."
And then her whole family turned against you, started calling you a jerk.
God, her whole family turned against me. Her brother saw me in public and refused to talk to me. Like I said, he didn't even turn his back on me. He goes, "I have nothing to say to you." And like they started like bad mouthing me to people and stuff. But again, I understand. You know what I mean? Like from their point of view,
it's touchy, yeah.
Sure. And the joke immediately became that this guy had scooted around the island with her. And then Brian came up with a character called Scooter Dude, who, if I wanted to go to the movies, he was riding up and down the aisles of the movies, like, so I couldn't watch the movie. Like he would I'd be online at the bank and he'd just be circling around me on the scooter, just honking at me with my ex-fiance.
Scooter Dude never actually was anything. Then he was.
Whoa!
Whoa! There's more.
Listen to the postscript.
A P.S.
So the Scooter Dude actually, it all comes back. The Scooter Dude actually was a linchpin in the
Less
story?
than 6 months after that night, they were engaged. And they got married less than a year after we broke up.
Scooter Dude
and my ex-fiance.
Wow, that's a great story. Not a great story, but I mean for the listeners.
It's a great story. Yeah,
the listeners.
So for years,
you can't put up some ads. You can't put up with some ads for that kind of human drama.
Yeah. This guy's paying his own gas and tolls every fucking week after week after week
to rip his heart out.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't want to sit through Hulu Plus. Fucking dick.
Speaking of Hulu Plus,
yeah,
what do we got? So I mean, that's it. That's the saga of Scooter Dude.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. How do I follow my cruise going to Bermuda with that from that kind of high-end drama?
Yeah,
you know, the highs and the lows. Right.
It was rough, Walt. It was rough.
Right, yeah.
And like I said that night on stage, without Johnson and Mosier, I never would have gotten through it. Never. I say it all
you wouldn't think it, by the way, I was supporting him, but
it does seem odd that was the initial way you thought for the therapy.
It worked.
You had to keep him laughing, though. I mean, because you were really angry and upset, and like it was a cue that like you would not even recognize today.
It was really 2 months, and you know what, and Sal and Stacey, it was the four. I say it all the time for you, like it was like Sal was there night after night at my house. You know what I mean? You were there every day. I would be like, every day I'd be with you because I quit my job. I quit the sign company. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm not staying here. 2 weeks later, I quit the sign company.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, you gave me 2 weeks.
I was
That's
like, I'm
good.
done. I'm like, I'm
Good
out
guy.
of here. And I gave 2 weeks.
Not that good. Not that good. They didn't you piss on their building?
Yeah, I got drunk one night and pissed on the front door of it. So it would be Johnson during the day. We would go to lunch every day, and I would go to Sal. I would either be out with Sal that night or Stacey that night, and they would just fucking flat out nurse me through the whole thing. I'd be on the phone with Mosier. It was a really intense few months. So, there you go.
Did you see any shenanigans of the like when you were there?
Oh no,
any Puerto Ricans scooting around with other people's ladies?
No, I mean, I was going to tell you about why their houses why the roofs are painted white. But that's really the only thing. I don't have anything other than that to tell you. Any kind of tidbits like that. Like, you know, every house has a white roof. I thought I'd come back and wow you with that. But
I think I know the answer.
Kind of pales. No.
To that human drama. They're not going to make a Lifetime movie about white roofs.
Oh, and actually, do you remember the one time I spoke to her in all those years? We had one email exchange. Do you remember this? We happened to be in Key West.
Yep.
You and I. And the timing was so bizarre. She accidentally emailed me something. Like a blank email, right? I think it was. And I was like, hey, I think you meant to send the wrong. How are you? And she was like, I'm fine. And And later that night, we were drunk, in a tattoo parlor, and there was a tattoo of a scooter. So I took a picture of it with my phone and I sent it to her, and she took it in good thing. She was like, haha. She was like, very funny. So that's the Saga scooter.
Buy me bagels.
Yeah, where are my bagels, cunt? I don't know.
You're a better man for it, and that's why if you suddenly feel yourself getting fingered and you turn around, cues there.
Bon Jovi playing.
That's why.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people listening. They're going through maybe some hard times and romantically. So, if Q, you got through it.
Oh man,
we'll all get through it.
I went
right?
from that.
The dark time. There's always it always gets better.
Fuck yeah! I'm going into the third season. Just got picked up for a third season of a TV show.
The listeners, they might not have that kind of life.
Just got a second series.
Can you relate a little bit more to the common man now, like you did back when this happened to you?
They're flying me out first class.
Getting their hopes up.
San Diego Comic-Con this week. I'm getting flown out first class, so things get better. Everybody, it's all right. Just.
No, I mean, really, some real words.
Yeah, I mean, look, fucking my grandfather. I said this. I've said this on the show before. I know my grandfather said this to me about women, but it's not just about women. It's about relationships and heartbreak in general. He said it about women. Apply it to men as well because it's all the same. Women are like plates. You drop it, you break it, it ends. Just reach up, you get another plate, eat off that plate. Get sick of that plate, you just get another plate.
You smash it.
You just don't smash it.
He was an angry drunk Irishman.
He was Italian. Don't sweat it. Just fucking hold on, man, and
hold tight.
Hold
Better
tight.
days are around the corner.
You know what? Grab your Joker statue.
Whatever that may be.
Hightail it the fuck out of there.
Could be whatever your Joker statue may be.
Get the fuck out of there. Quick.
It ain't going to be easy at first.
No.
It never is, but...
I had to move back into my parents' basement. No job because I quit the sign thing. Had nothing in my name but a Joker statue.
Man, I don't even have the Joker statue.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
That'd be sweet.
Things will always...
Yeah.
Things always get better.
Yes. Always.
And,
if we're talking strictly about fucking like people considering suicide and shit like that, like you're not ending the pain. You're ending the opportunity for things to get better. So don't do it.
I never heard that before. That's deep. Did you come up with that?
I've heard it before. I didn't come up with it, but it applies. All you're going to do is end the opportunity. There you go, man. So stick with it. And,
It's inspirational.
There you go.
He's going to be a motivational speaker after all this and Practical Joker stuff ends, right?
If they'll pay me. I got a lifestyle to maintain now.
You're not getting paid now. This is you're inspiring people right now.
There you go. Yeah, I can't even charge $40 for fucking gas and tolls.
I know, you can't even read an ad to defray some of your costs. You're saving lives out there. This prick's fucking worried about a 2-minute ad.